Hey everyone, real quick before we get into it, don't forget to
like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
Check out the podcast on Podbean. We're on Spotify, Stitcher, Apple Podcast, and Google Play.
And with all that said and done, let's get to it. What's up, everyone? This is Not Cam welcoming you to Hella Average Gaming episode 133. Tonight, I am joined with just Carmin because Cam's a big old bitch who has to go be all lovey-dovey with his wife. Meanwhile, us single guys and lazy husbands just don't care. We won't talk about games. What you doing, Carm?
You know, I'm just chilling. I had dinner with my wife earlier, eating some leftover smoked meat from New Year's Day. Still slapping, so we're still enjoying it.
See, that's how you do it, man. You get that done out of the way so you can come and talk to me.
Yes, sir. That was the plan, and now we're kicking off the new year with only 2 of our 3 feet. What will we ever do, Jerry Bear? What will we ever do?
It's 2 of the best, though. 2 of the best.
That's right. We're gonna kill it. 100 views this video. Let's go.
Exactly. Oh man, but it's good to be back. Finally, just glad to be done with these damn holidays. You know me. I was up till the crack of midnight on New Year's Eve. Certainly wasn't in bed by 8:30 because I had to be up and go to work the next day at 5. No sir.
Yeah, the holidays were rough for you.
Yeah, I'm just glad they're done though. I gotta admit though, when I woke up on New Year's Day and I saw your meme you sent me, and then of course Cam goes, oh, he'll send this to us. He'll respond to us 4 hours later, and sure enough, 4 hours later I responded. I was like, son of a bitch, I didn't even realize it.
Yeah, that was funny.
It's like 4 a.m. on the dot. Some of us gotta work for a living around here. You know, have those 9 to 5 jobs. But that's enough of them shenanigans. We didn't talk about what we played last week. So, Carm, what you been playing the last few weeks, man?
Oh, I've been really grinding Call of Duty. I'm still really enjoying it. They have this 2v2 mode, gunfight on small maps, and I've really been grinding that part of the game. The team deathmatch games seem too long now after playing these like quick little bursts.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm getting back into it, and that game still is hitting for me. It's something that's going to keep me interested until games start dropping in 2020.
Do you think this is going to be like that? Is it going to be like Call of Duty 4 where you think it's going to stick around for a while and not get replaced next year?
No, they'll definitely put another game out.
No, I mean like they'll put another game out, but like people still go back to Call of Duty 4.
Yeah, and I think this game will stick for a little bit. I think that it's hitting just right, and then if they can get a few things tweaked, like some spawns and just a few of the weapons, if they could dial some of them back, the game will really be a success.
Nice. Did they ever implement that Battle Royale mode?
No, there's big matches in this one.
Okay.
The Battle Royale was in the last one.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe it might have been Battlefield for a minute. One of them was doing the Battle Royale.
Yeah, I can't remember at this point. There's so many Battle Royales out. And then besides that, I played a bit of Tetris 99 after talking about it on the last episode.
Get that
Still
dub?
didn't win. Nope, still didn't win. I got to get back on it. I got to get back to playing it.
It's that New Year's resolution, man.
Yeah, man. I should just like put it like I'm going to grind out 10 games every day until I win.
I'll tell you what, man. Make that your new decade promise. You have until 2030 to get that.
Oh, yeah, to finally
get that dub.
Finally get it.
It'll be New Year's Eve, 11:59 on 2029. He's like, come on, just one.
Playing against no one.
You're the only one still playing. You still can't get that dub.
Yeah, you queue in, you automatically win. Yes, I did it.
Still counts.
Yeah, no, that's about it. What have you been playing?
I have been playing the only new game I got over Christmas. I picked up Code Vein. Got that as a Christmas gift.
How is it?
If you don't remember, that is a Souls clone with anime characters.
Yeah.
I really like it so far. I don't like how they presented the story because they kind of just drop you in and don't tell you anything, so I don't know what the heck's going on. I actually had to kind of go online and find out the story. Maybe they're going to tell me later, but all I knew was just everyone was vampires. and it was a
wow.
post-apocalyptic world. I had to look it up and find out about like this. They're vampires because of human experiments, and they were like fighting. They were corpses who were reanimated to fight some monsters, but then they all like went out of control. So like if they don't get human blood on a regular basis, they become these creatures called the Lost, and it's kind of like go wild and attack everything. And so I think all the humans are dead now, and vampires are searching for these trees that can give blood, and it's like a very scarce resource. And you're just, I think right now, trying to survive. I found like a group of vampires, and I'm just chilling with them. We're looking for blood trees and whatnot. It's definitely got that Souls grind. What I really like is they, of course, had different weapons, swords, giant axes, sledgehammers, and so forth. I'm going with the quick sword. I like getting those quick hits in. But what's really cool is they have like class and job systems in there, and you can change them whenever you want, which is really cool. So you can start off, you can be like the fighter, which is just all around. You can do the berserker, which is like your heavy tank. Caster, which is like your mage that can cast spells. Hunter gives you like long range shots. There's the one I'm using now. It's called Mercury, where it's kind of like fighter, but the stats are a little more balanced, and it gives you more stamina, allows you to collect more haze, which is like your souls or currency in this game. I really dig the art style and the character designs and whatnot. They actually give you a partner to use throughout the game, and they're super helpful. He's actually saved me from dying like 2 or 3 times, where I thought I was dead.
That's rare.
Yeah, I thought I was dead, and he gave me some of his life in order to keep me going. I was like, thank God, because I had a ton
Thank you for the sensu beans, brother.
Seriously, thank you, Krillin. That's why I should start calling him from now on. Because, I was going to lose so many souls. I was like, no, I don't want to lose those. I got to level up. But I'm really digging it. I've reached a spot where I thought I was at a barrier because like there was this difficult area I couldn't get through, and then I found this new area where there were like more powerful enemies I could really handle, but really gave me a lot of haze, so I'm leveling up like crazy, and just really enjoying that grind. Yeah.
Good. You'll have to keep us updated on your progress. Is this something that you plan on finishing?
I don't know. It's the Souls games. I've only ever beaten Bloodborne. I've never actually beaten 3. I got close to the end. I like hit a wall. So it's hard to tell with these games. I'd like to, but it just depends on how the game goes.
I gotcha. That makes sense.
Plus, once March rolls around, everything's going to be just March games. So much crap coming out in March.
Yeah, no, March is going to hit hard.
I'm going to be broke as a joke.
You better start saving now.
God, I'm going to put this house up for mortgage.
Oh, man.
Just too many games. I already looked online. I think I have like 4 games pre-ordered come out in March.
Oh, well.
1 week right after the other.
You're ready.
Ugh.
You better plan your vacation to just grind out Final Fantasy VII Remake.
That's going to take the majority of it right there.
Yeah, take you a week off and just grind. Order you some pizza and just grind.
I would not mind. I would love to do that. But that's all I've been playing. So,
cool.
As you know, what time is it, Carm?
It's time to get into the
news.
All right. Well, it's been a pretty darn slow month overall. Really don't have much.
6 weeks or so. It's been really dead.
Yeah, there's pretty much no news. The only real news we've got to talk about is just some PS Plus and Xbox Games with Gold news. First off, let's talk about them free games coming out in January. This month, in January, PS Plus is giving away Uncharted, the Nathan Drake trilogy, and Goat Simulator. I gotta say,
I feel like
go ahead.
Oh, I feel like the Goat Simulator was just like, we got to give them 2 games.
Exactly. Like I was gonna say the Uncharted trilogy, damn good pick. I already have it, but you're getting 3 fantastic Uncharted games. Well, two fantastic Uncharted games and Uncharted 1, which is still pretty good. And then you're getting Goat Simulator, which, if no one remembers, it was that meme game everyone was playing a few years back. And I don't think anyone's playing it anymore, so why not give it away for free?
Yeah, it was just a filler. But I'm pretty excited about Uncharted because I haven't played them.
You have never played any Uncharted?
Never played any of them, so this is like the best opportunity for me to just go back and play a game that I missed.
Darn nice. I would really recommend playing them in order, just because if you play 2 and 3 and then go back to 1, one's going to seem really crap. So it's
I'd do it in order.
Yeah, they're really good games. Really worth it. I really love Nathan. Sully's my boy. Love Sully. I always said if they ever made an Uncharted movie, they need to get the guy from the who played Jonah Jameson, the original Spider-Man movies, to play Sully.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? He would have been fantastic.
I'll have to think about that when I play the games and relate it back to the character.
Yeah, he's got the look down and everything. You got that mustache, that salt and pepper hair. You could totally do it.
Nice. You gonna play Goat Simulator? You gonna download it just for shits and giggles?
Nah, I got no interest in it. Not even to take up the hard space or hard drive space. Not even to even be in my library.
You don't even want to headbutt some random wooden pole.
Nah, I do that enough in real life.
I may download it just to see the quirkiness of it.
I was gonna say that's the thing. I had to sit there for maybe 30 minutes to an hour to download it, depending on how big a file it is, and then I just play it for 5 minutes to go, well, that was a waste of time. Delete it.
That's what you got to do.
But Xbox this month is giving us Styx, Telltale's Batman for the Xbox One, and for you 360 owners, you get Tekken 6 and Lego Star Wars 2. So, I gotta say, I think the Xbox 360 has got some good games. Tekken 6, damn good. Not a fan of Lego or Star Wars, but I know people love those games.
Yeah, no, the Lego games are pretty solid. They get great reception. Tekken's Tekken, so can never go wrong getting another solid fighter.
But as for the Xbox One, I just can't stand the Telltale games. I could care less about them. I know Cam loves them. He loves him some Batman, so he'll probably definitely download that. Just to have. And Styx, I remember we got that for free on the PlayStation a while back, and I think I played it for 15 minutes and deleted it. It was.
Oh wow.
It was something I thought I was really gonna like because it's a stealth game. It's medieval fantasy. You play this little elf or dwarf or something like that, and you're killing these dudes. But it was super jank and really low budget, and I just could not get into it. So I don't know. But Cam played it and he liked it. So.
Oh, he did. He enjoyed Styx.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I remember it coming out, and I didn't even download it.
I did because I thought, oh, this would be fun, and nah, it made me go, wow, I can actually get the quality in Assassin's Creed now.
Oh,
yeah. Oof.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So who do you think wins out of the two?
I would probably have to give this one to PlayStation. Might be my bias speaking, but just that Uncharted trilogy is worth it to me. Even if I already have it, but I look at the quality of the games, and you can't beat that Uncharted. Xbox.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to beat that trilogy.
Xbox, I don't look at the 360 stuff. I look at the Xbox One more or less, and Styx and Telltale Batman, just not in the same league as the Uncharted games. It would have been if we got the Tales from the Borderlands Handsome Jack collection, the Telltale game for PlayStation. And then Xbox got oh, here's the Master Chief Collection for free. Which one do you think would win?
Master Chief Collection.
Exactly. You're getting 3 great games versus some visual novels, more or less.
Yeah. I wonder if the games with gold will diminish a bit in terms of what they're going to give out, because they get so much with Games Pass that...
That's a good point.
It's they need games with gold just because of the subscription model. But overall, do they have to give great games when they can try to just entice you to buy the next service?
Well, usually Xbox is pretty darn good with their free games. There's been a lot of months where they beat Sony, but Sony's been really ramping up their efforts lately. Sony only gives out 2 games a month, but they tend to give out one big game and then an indie game. And Xbox, they've kind of been going a little bit more in the indie route or just not big game route. So it maybe has to do with the Xbox game or the Games Pass. Not sure.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see. I'm going to really pay attention to the games that they put out this year.
I can't slide them. Yeah, I can't.
No.
No, you can't slide them. It's for free. And plus, like I said, the Games Pass more than makes up for it. So.
Yep, and it's just another reason to get it. So okay, we're going to give you a bunch of free games, but you can get the brand new games for free at $15 a month.
But I'll tell you one thing, though. Xbox sure beats PlayStation, the amount of money they spent on them free games.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah, we were looking up the numbers, and over this past year, Xbox has given away $1,196 in free games with gold, whereas PlayStation has only given away $894 with their PlayStation Plus free games. So it's a pretty big difference there. It's almost $300, I think.
Yeah, it's around $300, and overall, if you have both consoles and you pay for both subscription services for a year, that costs you what, $120.
If you're getting
So
both,
I mean,
yeah.
you make out pretty good. You're profiting in terms of if you download every game, about $1,900. So
I mean, I don't download every game, but just the amount of money I save on discounts and the free games I do download more than make up for the amount I spend on my PlayStation Plus subscription.
yeah, it's like I probably didn't spend $1,200 on games all year.
Oh God, no. I'm sure I spent a couple $100 on games, but nowhere near $1,000.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still in the hundreds. So
Oh yeah.
this is great for gaming. It's only going to get better. More games will be getting released. You got to think with the next gen consoles. Sony will do PS4 and PS5.
Oh, definitely.
And then Microsoft will drop Xbox 360 and just do Xbox One and Xbox.
I definitely see that too. I think as soon as the Series X comes out, they're going to just drop that Xbox 360 support. I mean, I know like it was a big selling console and all that, but it would be too much for them to give out free games across 3 platforms.
Yeah.
Like
If
Sony,
they do, I'll be shocked.
Oh yeah, I mean like Sony was smart to drop the Vita support, and they were smart to drop the PS3 support. Just focus solely on the PS4. I think gamers are going to care more about the quality.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, because by the time the Series X comes out, all your Xbox gamers are going to have at least a One or a Series X. Just plain simple.
Yep, I agree.
Sorry about that. Technical difficulties.
All good. Good old Discord giving us problems per usual.
But I am good. We'll get right back into this. But yep, that's all for the news this week. But
Man,
I know, I tell you,
a lot.
Yeah, really killing it. But do not fret, mon frere, for like every hack gaming website out there and gamer on YouTube and all that stuff, Hella Average Game is going to give you the goodness. We are going to continue up on our Game of the Year picks from last year and piss off even more people by giving you our top 3 games of the decade. Now,
And just keep in mind, this is our personal picks, not necessarily what we would have considered the game of the decade overall.
No, this does not mean that, even like at our number 1, we're not saying this was the best game of the decade. This was just what we felt we played the most, or we had the most fun with, or had the most impact to us personally. So, just take that with a grain of salt. Understand that Carm's not always right, Cam's not always right, but I am always right. So,
Yep, we know this. But we can start off with Cam's picks. He phoned them in because, as you heard at the beginning of the episode, he forgets that every Friday, let's repeat that, every Friday is date night. And he commits to recording at about 11 a.m. and then backs out at 4:30.
I tell you what, though, man, gotta get them date nights in while he can.
That's right, about to have that baby.
You ain't gonna have no more nights.
All right, so coming in as Cam's number 3 is Destiny 1. I know this is a game that he played quite a bit of. He grinded it out for a while. And then something that we really enjoyed as a group. His number 2 came in as Overwatch, popular shooter. Cam was pretty good at. Wrecked that a bit. And then his number 1 was no surprise to anybody. And it was a game that he purchased far too many times. And from what I gathered, he's purchased it again.
Oh, is it Mahjong again?
Mahjong.
2019.
Legend. Yes. But no, it's Skyrim.
Always with the Sky.
Always with Skyrim. How many times did he buy it, Jeremy?
I think 6 times. That's 6
just
times.
too many.
6 sets of horse armor. How much horse armor does a man need?
Yeah, there's some games that I haven't beaten 6 times that I just really loved.
Like I said, my most purchased game is probably, Final Fantasy VI. And I think I probably bought that many times. I've beaten it more than that many times, that's for sure. But I have not bought it 6 times in 10 years. I can say that.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Hats off to you.
Yeah. And now I do have a question though. Like, do you know why he picked Destiny 1 over Destiny 2?
I'm not sure. We'll have to ask him. We're gonna need some more context behind these picks since I couldn't really do him justice and express his love.
Would you say Destiny 1's better than Destiny 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
I always thought it was more of the same. So.
A little bit.
Yeah. I guess he just liked the story and the world more.
Yeah.
The mechanics and so forth.
Yeah, the raids were phenomenal.
Well, that's enough of Cam's very predictable, very blasé picks. We're on to the much more interesting stuff now. Carmen and I are going to give you our top 3 games of the decade, and I want to hear from Carm first, because I'm really interested to hear, because I really can't pick your top 3. I got some ideas, but I don't think I'm going to be right.
No?
No. So
All right.
lay 'em on me.
Coming in at number 3, Jeremy, Overwatch.
Okay.
The characters are memorable. The game is really phenomenal. It's a MOBA shooter that just, in my opinion, just the whole concept works. I've played it nonstop. I really fell in love with a bunch of characters. I talk about going back and playing it all the time. I just haven't popped it in my PlayStation. It's one of the few games that I own a physical copy of. So, Overwatch comes in at number 3.
I gotta say, man, like, you must really love Overwatch if you bought a physical version, because you're Mr. Digital over there.
I bought it because it was on sale.
Yeah. But you can look at that now. You can look it on your shelf and go, that's a game of the decade right there.
Yeah,
that is my bronze trophy. But
yes.
I gotta admit though, like I don't care for Overwatch at all, but I respect the hell out of it because I really do like the character designs. I thought Blizzard did a fantastic job with those. I love like the little animations and shorts they do with them. It's got like a really interesting world, and it really just crushed any competition it had. Like, do you remember Battleborn?
Yeah.
Anyone remember Battleborn?
They sent them back to the depths.
Whew. Oh, man, they got just stomped. I kind of felt bad for them because they had kind of some neat designs, too. But once Overwatch came out, they were just done.
Yeah, no, it was a wrap at that point.
They just got Yamcha'd right out of the business.
Oh.
Oh, man. But, yeah, I gotta say, I thought Overwatch might have been on your list. I wasn't 100% sure, but good to see it's on there. I think it's a good pick.
All right, you want to take a guess at my number 2?
Division.
Nope. Destiny 1.
That was actually gonna be my first pick, and I was like, nah, he wouldn't do that. So
yeah, no, me and Cam are we find ourselves being very similar in the games that we really fall in love with. But yeah, Destiny 1 was just phenomenal. Like, it was great. The raids were great. I would play the raid almost every night. And you can only get rewards once a week, so I would play it on my 3 characters, and then I would just do it because it was something to do. I have hundreds of hours logged in that game, probably upwards of, I don't know, 300-400 hours of just nonstop gameplay, playing every night till 3-4 in the morning, waking up at 7, going to work, coming home, getting back on. I fell in love with that game, and I really wish Destiny 2 had really hit home for me, and it's just that I just haven't been able to get into it as much as I want. But I think with the next iteration, if they drop Destiny 3, which I do assume will happen, I'm going head first, full dedication.
Yeah, I gotta say, I remember when Destiny came out and you and Cam were all over that. Like, every week it was raid this, raid that. You're doing that raid tonight, bro.
Yeah, man. It's fun. It's really fun.
So, can I assume number 1 is Skyrim, since they're so similar?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because I've played Skyrim, Jeremy.
No, it's gonna be different. He's gonna be a Morrowind guy.
Yeah, I played Morrowind too.
I guess I'm interested to hear what number 1 is, because I don't think I have any idea.
The number 1 game of the decade for your boy, Resogun.
Resogun, yes. Oh, I forgot about that.
Dropped in 2013. I enjoyed the game just playing it when it first came out, which was just the story mode that they had with the boss battles and the few levels. And I always told myself, if they put a survival mode in this game, it's going to slap. First DLC, what did they give you? Survival. And I fucking love it.
God.
I can rack up crazy high scores. I was ranked fairly well, not anywhere near like top 100, but I'm pretty sure I was in the top 1,000. If I really wanted to grind it out, I could get really good at that game again. And
I gotta say, you impressed when I saw you play.
Yeah, and that was nothing like in comparison to what I can do. Like when I have the ship that I've downloaded, and when I really focus up and just grind out game after game. I mean, I can put 45 minutes into one run, and it's exhilarating, and It just really has clicked with me, and it's a game that, like, when I first got my PlayStation back after getting it repaired, first game I downloaded, first game I played. It ranks up there, like, with how I used to feel about, like, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. Like, that was my game.
I gotta say too, because like just hearing you talk about it, I haven't heard you have this much passion in your voice talking about a game in a long time.
It just doesn't. The games don't hit with me as hard anymore.
Because like even when you were doing your top games last week, they were just like, yeah, I like this game. Yeah, this is good. Then he's like, what about Resogun? Oh, Resogun. Oh man, woo!
I mean, you gotta think, like, the game came out in, I think, November. So in 11 months, the game is going to be 7 years old, and it still brings me this much joy.
That's a classic right there.
Yeah.
I know. Isn't that a good feeling?
It is a really good feeling.
And like I say, you really gravitate towards those like arcade-style games where we're just chasing scores and stuff.
Yeah, no, they're just mindless to me. It's like you can just kind of go and go and go, and then if the game clicks with you, then you can get really good with it.
Tell you what, man, you're really good at those too.
Yeah. I try.
Humble brag.
Then,
Hashtag humble brag.
Yeah. Honorable mention game would be Rocket League, just because of the impact it had.
I was gonna ask, because you constantly played Rocket League, and after you said Resogun, I was like, no Rocket League? I'm really stunned.
Rocket League gets honorable mention because it's like a love-hate relationship, but the game has been revolutionary to the decade, and I think they're gonna have to make it. They say they don't want to make a sequel, but I think they have to make a sequel with the new consoles.
They need to make some special Rocket League controllers that you can't just smash on the ground.
Oh man, my controller ate it that day.
Make it out of rubber, just have it bounce back up in your hands.
Oh,
Boom.
now we're talking.
Okay, pretty good list. Little cammy, a little more cam-like than I was expecting, but I'm actually more surprised at myself for not remembering how much you loved Resogun.
Yeah, how dare you forget?
Damn. Also, I keep forgetting how long ago, like, I keep forgetting how long a decade is, too.
Yeah, 10 years is a long span, and it was, the current generation that we're in, plus part of the last generation.
Well, I guess it's now time for me to give my top three, and I'm sure you'll probably remember some of these you might have forgotten about, but we're going to hit off with number 3, a little game that you may or may not remember. I talked about this a few years back. My number 3 pick, game of the decade, was Square Enix's Nier Automata.
Yeah, you loved it.
That game was so good. Man, I remember, I think that came out the same day as some other game, and I didn't bother pre-ordering it because I wasn't sure on it, and then I just heard so many good things. I picked it up, and I just fell head over heels for it. It's one of the only games I ever platinumed. I got all, 26 endings. I played the crap out of that game. I liked the original Nier back on the PS3, but I didn't love it. There were just some game mechanics I didn't like, but this game, god damn, it was done by Platinum, and they really know how to make a good fighting system. The story was so beautifully just depressing. It was like melancholy was the best way to describe it. Like, I don't want to spoil anything for it, but just nothing really works out well. It's just a very depressing game, but there's always just the undertinge of hope, which is just really beautiful. So many good, strong, powerful moments in that game. A godlike soundtrack. Just God almighty, that soundtrack was so freaking good. I love the different elements of the game. Like, aside from the hack and slash, they had hacking mini games, which were kind of like little top-down arcadey shooters where you had to destroy little barricades to get to the core so you could hack into enemies and control them. It was really cool. Go into different areas, replaying the game several times and understanding the full concept of the story and seeing things from a different side of view. It was just a very meta fourth wall game. And of course, it gave us 2B's Legendary Butt, which everyone was all about when that game first came out, and still pretty damn good to this day. But man, I love this game. It was so good, and I really hope they make another Nier game in the near future.
Ha!
Ha ha!
I see what you did there.
Yes. But
I think it's incredible that they created a game with 26 different endings.
Not all were full endings. A lot of them were just joke endings. Like, one was literally eating a fish and dying, and then it just speeds through. They weren't all amazing endings, but there were some really damn good endings. There was a side boss fight, which, again, I won't give away, but it was just a really cool ending there. And the actual main ending to the game, I freaking loved. I loved, you have to fight the credits at the end in like a shooter, but you can't do it yourself. So you have to like call for help on the internet, and it gives you the power up. And then at the very end, you can choose to send your save file into the ether so someone else can call upon you to help them when they beat the game, but it deletes all of your saves for the entire game. You have to start from scratch. Yeah, it tells you, though. It even says, are you sure? This will delete everything. It asks you like 4 or 5 times. I still did it because it was just like, it was just satisfying. It felt like
It has to be done.
It has to be done. It's like a complete circle, man. It was just, God, it was so good. It was like, it's like sacrifice. It's like in an anime when the hero has to sacrifice himself for the greater good. Like when All Might gave away his, did the final ultimate United States of Smash for the last time because it was just his time was over. You're passing on to the next generation. That's what it felt like. That's cool. That's why I put Nier on here. It wasn't the most fun game I played, but it was, of all these games, had one of the biggest impacts on me this year. And I just or this decade, I should say. Freaking loved it. All right. Moving on to the number 2, the Silver Trophy. This game took my heart, and it did not give it back. That game was my number 1 game, I think the first year we did this, Persona 5. No reaction.
I remember.
No reaction from Carm. That's how much he remembers.
I was waiting for you to get into it. I mean, I remember you really... I mean, you talked this game up during our first Game of the Year episode, and it really struck for you, and give us more, Jer Bear.
Oh, yeah.
Give us more.
Well, as I said, I had played Persona games before. I played Persona 3 on the PS2 and PSP, and couldn't really get into it. Persona 4, played on the Vita. Really liked it. So I really got into Persona 5, and man, that game grabbed me. I think if I remember correctly, I put in well over 200 hours on just the first playthrough. And
That's incredible.
Dude, this game was jam-packed. Spending a year in game time, going to school, doing jobs, hanging out with friends, going to dungeons, helping people around the town. I'm not even kidding. Like, this was a game that I played, I think, for a solid, 4 months, and I didn't stop. And the whole time I had to play with a guide because I had a day-by-day guide on what I need to do when to max out my efficiency. And even then, you still can't do everything in the game. You have to play through a second time to do everything.
That's crazy.
This game was just jam-packed, and what it was jam-packed with was freaking style. This game was just awesomely gorgeous. I love the look of this game. It has the best UI in any game I've ever seen. The soundtrack is just fantastic. Everyone has heard the battle theme. You never see it coming. Oh, it was so great.
I've never heard it.
The story, just phenomenal. Loved so much about it. The characters were I just felt so much for the characters. Whether it was helping out your buddy, I think Ryuji, who was just like the school delinquent. Helping out Anne with her modeling career, or Makoto, who was just like the girl who just was Miss Perfect but had all these problems she had to deal with. There's so many moments. Such a great game. And it's, again, a game so nice I bought it twice because I bought the Royal Edition, or I pre-ordered the Royal Edition, which is coming out in March. Even paid the extra $20 so I could get the Joker Persona mask. Looking so damn good. Cannot wait for that game. Persona 5, number 2, game of the decade.
Yeah, a lot of people are trying to get Colin Moriarty to play it. He's still refusing.
Oh, were you talking this whole time?
No, I just started talking right now.
Oh, okay, good. Because I saw my thing was screwing up. I thought maybe you were talking over that. But yeah, I heard the Colin Moriarty playing it.
Yeah, people are trying to get him to play, and he still won't.
I think he played Persona 4, and he just did not like it. And I think, honestly, if you didn't like Persona 4, Persona 5 isn't going to do much to change your mind.
I gotcha.
Yeah, so I can't really blame him for that. It's not for everyone. It was definitely for me, though. So I got to tell you, this list was tough. And my number 1 pick was not my favorite game I played this decade, but I think it was the one that I had probably the most enjoyment with. I spent probably the most time with and had the biggest impact on me. Got any guess on what that could be, Carm?
I'm gonna think it's not a game that was Game of the Year for you in the past.
It was not, because it's the oldest game on my list.
The oldest game on your list.
Yes, this was before we started doing the show.
Oh, then I'm not gonna know, Jeremy.
Ah.
That's not fair.
Well, you should know because I have a big old poster of it on my wall above my PS4 collection.
Oh, what is there? What is there?
Oh, you know it too because you've seen it.
I've been there so many times.
Yes. But there's so
What
much
is it?
There's so much cool stuff everywhere. You never see it right in front of you. My number one game of the decade is From Software's Bloodborne.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, dude. So, interesting story here. When Bloodborne first came out, I hadn't even heard of it.
No?
I know. I had just seen reviews on it. It got really great reviews. I was reading up on it, and it looked pretty cool. And I had, at that point, played the first Dark Souls, but I didn't care for it. I got it as like part of like a buy two, get one free thing at GameStop, and I played it for a little bit. I was like, I just don't get the appeal of this. But I was just kind of intrigued by what I saw with Bloodborne. I liked the world. I was like, I'm going to give this a chance. Ran out, I got the game, and I played it for probably a month or so, and I thought it was just okay. Thought it was fine. Didn't really do anything for me. And I put it down. And then I think I came back about 2 months later. I was just bored, and I picked it up again, and just out of nowhere, the game just clicked. Like, it just, everything fell into place, and I was just hooked. I spent hours just running gauntlets of enemies, leveling up, mastering every weapon, understanding. Like, this was one of the few games where I actually took the time to, like, look deep into it. Like, I looked into the lore, I looked into theories on the game, explaining the story. I studied like every enemy, like their patterns, their movements. I was like, okay, this guy's going to jump out from here. This guy's going to come out from over here. I got to backtrack and get this guy. I planned out like the best routes so I could most efficiently farm blood echoes. I mean, there were probably several hours where I just spent weeks on end just farming. And it was just so much fun. Picking out every time I got a new weapon, I just had to immediately try it out, get it up as high as it could go. Like, there were times where, like, oh, this is my best weapon I'm going to use the rest of the game. And then, oh, there's this brand new weapon I want to use. And then the DLC came out. $20. Almost the price of a full game. Still bought it. And I loved it even more. I think I spent another 40 hours in just the DLC.
Man.
Yeah, I went, they had, like, I think three brand new areas, like 10 new weapons, 4 new guns. Ended up, my top 2 weapons were the DLC weapons. I ended up getting a sword that doubled as a machete and like a whip sword, and then another one that was a katana that could like be turned into like a double-edged lightsaber looking thing. And I ended up getting every trophy in the game, even in the DLC. I remember I actually had a panic attack fighting one of the bosses. Not even kidding. Like,
you got to put the controller down at that point.
Oh, dude, I was so up in it, and when because I was like, it was like that classic moment where like I had a sliver of health, no more health vials. I had to hit him once, and he just narrowly dodged, and I finally hit him, and I was just like audibly like, yes, and then I like started like blacking out, my hearing started going. I was like, oh, I gotta sit down.
That's a moment you'll never forget.
Dude, I got freaking so into it, and I fucking loved Bloodborne so much. That's why every year at E3 or whenever Sony has one of their events, I'm like, please announce Bloodborne 2. I will buy it in a heartbeat. I'll buy any freaking collector's edition you have. If it's like $1,000 one that comes with a real life, saw sword, I'll freaking take it. Just, God.
You'll get Bloodborne 2 on the next gen.
Dude, I would bust a nut all over my PS5 if that was the case. If Bloodborne became an Xbox Series X exclusive, I'd buy an Xbox Series X just to play Bloodborne 2. Not even kidding. Not even kidding. That's how much I loved it.
That's crazy.
Yes. But
that's very crazy.
Yep. Number 1 game of the decade was Bloodborne. No shame.
Yeah, no, that's a sick list.
Yes, thank you very much. Probably the most varied list.
Yeah, definitely.
Only one that didn't have Overwatch or Destiny on it.
Yeah, no, you play a variety of games that me and Cam kind of hold off on.
As for runners-up, I did have 3. One was Dragon Quest XI. Fantastic RPG. Remember my game of the year last year. But I didn't put it on the list because looking back, while I loved it and thought it had a great story, gameplay-wise, it was just a very basic RPG. Nothing game-changing. Other runner-up included Last of Us, another fantastic game. Loved it. Looking forward to Last of Us 2. But it was one where once I beat it, I was just done. I really was playing it more. I was playing it more for the story, and it had a fantastic story. But gameplay-wise, it was just fine. I didn't think it was anything earth-shattering. And my last runner-up, which I really wanted on the list, but I chose Nier instead, was Arkham City. Because, man, I loved Arkham City. And that was a fantastic game. That's still my favorite superhero game of all time. Sorry, Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man a lot, but Arkham City was just a game changer for me.
I can get behind that.
Yeah. But I thought Nier just had more of an impact on me. But, man, I played the crap out of Arkham City. In fact, I think I got every trophy in that game except one. And it was like some Riddler challenge. It's just because I could not physically do it. And it really just pissed me off. It's like I remember I had to glide for like 300 meters over water with less than 3 meters. Like, I had to be less than 3 meters over water and go for 300 meters. I just could not. I did it for like hours. Could not do it. Said, fuck this. I'm done.
Yeah, that's kind of bullshit. That's kind of bullshit.
Yeah, but I mean, I did everything else in that game. Everyone complained about like the Riddler trophies. I found every last one of them. Didn't even use a guide or nothing. That was like my favorite part of the game, was doing all the Riddler stuff.
Nice. That's satisfying.
Oh, it was. I loved doing the challenges, the combat stuff. So like that was my top runner-up, if I could put it that way.
Nice. Very nice.
Yes.
Bunch of good games.
Oh, but dude, fantastic decade. I'm looking forward to what the new generation has to give us.
Oh, yeah, no, this decade's going to slap.
But if it doesn't have Bloodborne 2, it's going to be not a decade I want to live in.
Yeah, well, you'll have to see. One step at a time.
We can only hope. But that brings us to the end of another fun-filled episode. It's good to be back in the swing of things, and wish we were all here, though. But some of us just care more than others.
There we go. There we go.
So, it's been a while. So, Carm, you want to take us out?
I gotcha. 2020, we're coming at you strong every week as long as there's news. When we hit those slow weeks, we're going to take some time off just to save your ears from a 3-minute blurb about us not having news. You know there's no news. You read Polygon, Kotaku, IGN. I got you. So, on that note, do all that cool stuff that you need to do, like subscribe, like our videos, like this podcast, download it on Podbean, and like always, play on and stay
Hella
average.
Peace. Good night, everyone.